All right, we're live in heaven and earth. And our good friend here just came right in time for the live feed. Everything is recorded, remember, in heaven and in earth, on earth from Rabbi G, and in heaven from God. Big G, little g. Remember, everything is parallel. And we have to make sure we are aware of all that. So, Bereshis, my favorite parsha, because everything is in Bereshis. You want to understand what happened in 2022-23? Just look in Bereshis. The Vilna Gaon says literally every detail, even the fact that he was going to prepare a delicious salad with parmesan and croutons and a cocktail just for us to eat in Brooklyn tonight, was recorded there because there's very little free choice. Infinite possibilities, but very little free choice. How many of us feel every day when they wake up that I can be whatever I want? Everything, everywhere, all at once. Anybody saw the movie? What?
Oh, it's new.
Yes, it's new. Because everything is new, every day. What?
What's it called?
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Oh yeah.
It's
I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
Right. So it's the concept, of the movie is very powerful. It has to do with multiverses. You have to watch.
I got a really good rating.
You can watch it high, but I don't think you need to be high to watch it. It will make you high if you open your chakras. You see, or your spheros. Or let's be Jewish. Your midos. Okay. Anyway, so Bereshis, everything starts. We have transcended. Why do you think Bereshis happens now? You think Tishrei should be Bereshis with the beginning of the year. If you hold the beginning of the year is Tishrei, maybe the beginning of the year is Nisan. Machlokes. But the idea is that why is everything starting now, the beginning of the Torah? Because we kind of turn the clock back in time. What we were doing, we're turning clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counter.
Those Jews, they do everything opposite, almost like the English people, All counterclockwise. We're trying to go back in time. And then what happened? Bereshis, we're back to the beginning. Whoa, you then put your watch. And so what does that mean? That means that this year, you can be whoever you want to be right now. Right? I mean, if you truly believe in beginnings, if you truly believe in Rosh Hashanah, if you truly believe that God forgives you for everything on Yom Kippur, and that you can be whoever you want, then act upon it. The problem is that we're so conditioned and enslaved by our own mind because we're animals of habit. Our body loves habits. Your soul doesn't like habit. Soul is different every second. It can be anything, anywhere, all at once. Anyway, the idea is that this is Bereshis, and this tremendous potential, and things can be so new that you were born on that day. Bereshis. So everything is new. Do you feel new? Every was the day where the clock was ticked for you.
For me personally?
Well, yeah, well, happy birthday. It's a Bereshis.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
I was already. Yeah. I'm still liking my.
Yeah. You're high from this physical
I
world.
didn't celebrate too hard today, so.
No, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're celebrating. All right. So what's happening is Bereshit. We're reading that, and the question is why we're reading Bereshit. Every parsha has a special spiritual influence that we can get, and there's a special message. Are you going to get this week the message of Bereshit? Renewal. I can transcend my old self, my animalistic ways of how I look at the world. Hey! Welcome. How are you? Welcome back.
More Syrians. That's what we need.
It's a great sign. You see, I said literally everything is possible, even Syrian coming to here.
Yes.
Welcome back.
1, 2, 3.
You're
four.
Syrian?
I'm half.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not. Okay.
No, she's Russian. This is new in Ashkenaz history. This is new.
I'm so difficult. I answered you every week since you came.
This group is true proof that Moshiach can come, because you have the Syrian next to the Bavish, next to the controversial rabbi, next to our
What are you?
I don't know.
Calvin Klein. It's even Brandon.
What?
Calvin Klein.
I know.
Temani Moroccan.
He's a hot rabbi in training.
Persian.
Oh, Persian, yeah.
It's Persian. It's Persian. And we have Hasidic Jews. We have Russian, French, Yemenite. It's all Jachnun. We need Jachnun. Okay, and we have Brooklyn American Jew, right? Cohen, Levi, Israel, American, real American, even American. So guys, we have Moshiach right here. We are the world. We are the Jewish people, and we can change everything. Okay, so no, I truly believe, this is. We think, it might be insignificant, lost in the Brooklyn nights, but this group, this learning, can change everything. And not because of me, because of you and all of us. And it's enough that you have a few people connecting to the truth and the reality of the world that sense the vibes, the frequencies that we are ready for transcendental experience, consciousness. Okay, so Bereshit. What happened in Bereshit? Bereshit is the creation, really, of the woman.
What?
Bereshis, base Reshis, meaning there was a need of a second creation. There was God already. Base Reshis. So there was two things. The male energy. Before there was not even need for a male energy, because there was just God, and there is no need. We don't need men if there's no woman. We don't need. The only reason we need men is because they are women to whom a man is gonna give if there's no recipient for giving. So God decided to create something called relationship or love dynamic, of the experience of love to the highest level. How to do that? He creates two energies, male and female energies. And literally everything from the beginning till today is all about the imbalance and the misunderstanding and the miscommunication of those two energies. If those two energies were able to live together with complete peace, without those carnal, animalistic desire blurring the way of our connection with pure connection, pure love, pure understanding, we will all be in the best possible world that we can have. So the idea is to try to understand a little bit and see how it's part of creation. And what I would like to do, hopefully, is for the next few weeks to speak mostly about relationship, marriage, male-female energy, communication, so that we can all be happily married, all happily dating, all happily in happy relationship, and understand ourselves and the other to the maximum degree, because at the end, if I'm happy with someone, I'm happy with everyone. I never said that you cannot marry yourself.
It's not a contradiction. I didn't say no.
You have to marry yourself too.
Mm.
You have both. Everything contains everything. So, God created the world. Do you know how the world looked like? Looked like nothing. But then came the Kabbalist and said, I'm going to create a vacuum, right? So all the design of the Kabbalist is always a circle like that, or a darker circle, but I don't have the original big picture. It's on my phone. But basically, you can look at it first. It was this whole circle, but all black.
Black hole.
Yeah, like a black hole. So God created I'm checking if no, it's not here. Called the Tzimtzum. Tzimtzum is in order for a recipient to happen, a receiving power, energy to happen, you needed a tzimtzum, a concealment of the light, right? Because if God is everywhere, there's nowhere to give of myself. If I'm full of myself, if I'm everywhere and it's all about me, I have nothing to focus on, I have nobody to focus on, I'm only being selfish and focused on myself. I'm egotistic. Now, so we don't know why God decided to do that, but we know He willed to do that. We will find out maybe why when we become so one with God that we understand God, right? If that's even possible, but to some level, we are all pieces of God. So God makes a concealment, right? Right away, all the Mekubalim say He creates a circle. Because the circle is the female symbol, right? So and it was all black, meaning the woman. That's the whole concept of tzimtzum and tznius. That's why woman is so much connected to tznius. Not the tzniut necessarily that you have to hide. We have to be careful because it's a balance. Tzniut is about dignity more than hiding. Okay, Esther was very tzniut, but she went to sleep with the king. So maybe not the tzniut that people think of. Okay. No, she's such a Shendel Mendel, it's Esther, but she goes to sleep with that guy. And everybody knows about it. Well, how is that snoot?
Well, that wasn't her choice.
No, it was her choice. She decided to go into the king's chamber and seduce the king and making sure she got to refuse to do what Mordechai said. I'm going to go and seduce him? No way.
Weren't they married?
She was married.
No, she wasn't. No, he gave her a get. So she could.
No, it wasn't Esther and Ahasuerus.
Yes, and they got a child who
Right? I don't
started.
think it was her husband.
Yeah, but
The Jewish.
do you want to marry Ahmadinejad to save the Jewish people?
No.
We have a future queen here. No, but you understand? Yeah.
The Talmud says that when she was with Ahasuerus, she didn't participate.
She was
Right. Yes, but there's different ways how to understand that. If she was really doing a mitzvah to save the Jewish people, then she should enjoy it. Because her whole thing was to... Okay, anyway, we're not going to talk about Esther. I was just giving the example to understand that tzniut is not as simple as people think, that it's just about covering and hiding. Okay? It's a concealment, meaning it's there, but it's concealed. Anyway, so this is the tzimtzum, and
Why is there a white line?
you need a man to infuse the light, right? So obviously, we're all mature adults here. So you have the female, which represents the womb, and then you have the light in order to give seed or to infuse the darkness with light or the concealment with light, right? So it's male and female design already from the beginning. This is called the Kav HaYashar, that God, after He created Tzimtzum, He made a line of light in the darkness so that anyone who is somewhere in that darkness, even in the deepest darkness, can connect to that light.
Wow.
So the light is man
Yes.
and the darkness is woman.
Wow, really?
Now, who say that the darkness is not higher than the light?
It is. You can see the
Because
light best.
the darkness allows the light to exist, right? Yes.
Every villain would love you right now, Rabbi.
No. I always thought maybe I should, I always wanted a superhero,
Go to
but
the
I'm
dark
I'm debating. But the idea is, I think we misunderstood darkness. Isn't it our biggest struggle to be religious or close to God, like when there is darkness in our life?
Yeah.
Isn't it the hardest part to be religious or to be close to God and spiritual when there's darkness in our life? That's the moment where we become angry at God, we become upset, and we say, how can God do this, right?
That's when you get to prove yourself.
Unless you're on a very, high level.
But that's when you get to prove yourself. That's when you get to prove your dedication to
Well,
Right.
say it again.
That's when you get to. That's when you get to prove yourself and prove your dedication to God.
Absolutely.
Is when those times are tough.
That's
Otherwise, there's
when.
no point.
Sorry?
It's not even about proving, it's just
It's
that some people just turn more to God.
because some people are real female energy power, like matured female, which is she's able to have a baby and create that womb just like God, and realize that out of that strange development that looks like you're almost gonna die, the greatest thing is gonna come out, the greatest life, right? To oppose it. So really, that. So I want to read a few quotes for you. Okay, I want to read a few quotes to you because I think those quotes are essential for our happiness and our understanding of life. Okay, ready? And they're all the same thing basically, but said in different ways. It's like the 70 facets, Shimpanyado. Physicality, pain, suffering, and difficulties are the pathways to love, light, good, and God.
Again, please.
Physicality, pain, suffering, difficulties are the pathways to love, light, good, and God.
Ah, like
Wait,
the
can you
light
say it
at the end
again?
of the tunnel. Like,
Yes.
Wait, can you say it
So I
again?
appreciate the good.
Yeah.
Physicality, pain, suffering, difficulties are the pathways to love, light, good, and God. Okay? Meaning that
Who's the saying by?
Guttmacher is a cool guy. but he got his stuff from the Zohar and many other places.
Like hardships are make us appreciate the good times in Hashem even more.
It's more that makes us appreciate. It never says to live it, to experience it. It's a necessary process. It's a process necessary to get there. Okay? Yes.
Is the darkness like a hardships or like a Beirut?
No, it's averse can put you deeper in the darkness, but understanding that darkness is not the enemy. The enemy is yourself. Meaning, but it's parts of yourself that give up on truly believing that everything has a purpose and that everything is light. It's not seeing the darkness as light. That's the enemy. It's that thought.
It's like giving up.
It's giving up.
So darkness is giving up.
No,
No.
you need the darkness. The giving up is the enemy.
Enemy of the darkness.
Enemy of everything.
Okay.
That's why that enemy, once it's removed, there's no more darkness, there's no more problem. It's like they say, when you die and you come in front of Shamayim and you're going to see all the dark moments of your life and what they brought, what the benefits were from there. They say, God, why you didn't make me suffer a little bit more? If you have pushed me more, I would have become greater. I would have pushed beyond my limits. What?
I would break.
Oh, that's why God knows your limits. God never gives you something that you're going to break it. No, we're not supposed to ask.
We're done.
The darkness is already here. You don't have enough. Everything is there. We don't need to ask for more. There's enough already of it. Okay, let's continue. If it is easy, you haven't worked nor earned. There's nothing that you're gonna get that is truly yours if you haven't do the effort. The only reason why God created the world, you know what's the only reason God created the world?
For our
What?
For
What?
our benefit and our enjoyment.
Yes, but how? For you, but why?
So you should earn it.
To earn. Because nobody wants to get something that he hasn't earned, that I did something for it, because in Kabbalah it's called Nama de Kisufa, the bread of shame. I don't want anything that I didn't learn to, that I didn't acquire, or I didn't put something to me. I want it to be me, because if it's not something from me, then it's meaningless.
How much of it is actually us like doing it? 'Cause
What?
How much of it is actually us doing it? 'Cause everything, like the strength to get up and do everything is from Hashem. So like, it's Hashem.
That's
Nothing, you're not doing anything.
okay. This is probably the most important question of the night, but we know we can transcend questions here too. But really, if you understand that everything depends on the amount of creativity and
Like I saw like a Mara, like they were saying like
Self-
Hashem gave us like the ability to like create a sukkah, right? And
Right.
gave us, like the money, let's say, to buy the sukkah and everything. So like and like the house to put a mezuzah and like he gives us the ability to do the mitzvot. So it's like at the end of the day.
he gave us raw material. And by the way, that's very good. That's why we have food. The food is raw material, right? How are you going to turn that food? You can have a simple, bagel, or you can have French baguette, oui. No, it's changed everything. Where is your creativity? The whole point of being here is that you cannot bring anything new to the world. There's nothing new under the sun, says King Solomon, right? God has put all the colors of the painting here. Look at the world, it's already beautiful. But God wants you to take those same colors and paint your own unique world. Because God created His world, and now it's your turn to create your own world. Now, how do you? So one of the challenges, okay, so this is the way you dress, and then there's the way what you eat, and every day, I always find, since I'm a kid, I was always fascinated. You can go every day in a different restaurant, of every day of your life, in a different restaurant, at each meal different place, and it will taste different and look different, because there's so many possibilities that exist, right? And that's given to you as an opportunity to have something that is unique about you. So there's something that we all do the same. We're all born, we all have relationship, we all cook, we all go to the bathroom, we all shower and make houses and all that. But are you gonna just become part of meaning let yourself being confined, or not confined, but nullified in God's world and be just another thing of God's world, or you gonna allow yourself to be the thing that sticks out, the black sheep, so to speak. The Jews are supposed to be the black sheep of the world.
Doing a really good job. We are.
What?
We're the anti-Europe.
We
We're the anti-Europe.
We're unique.
We're the Antichrist. You didn't know we're the Antichrist?
But like,
What?
the black sheep isn't a negative way. We're not.
He's the
No,
hero.
right? Well, yeah, can be negative. I'm saying in a good way.
Like the one that stands up.
Right, the one that stands out, because we're supposed to push the world to. That's why we did the Hakafot. We go around against the clock. We do things that we shake branches, right? I mean, the Native Americans, they will love us now, but during Sukkot. But we're supposed to do something that's the whole creativity of your sukkah. How are you going to decorate your sukkah? How are you going to tie your branches? What is going to be your meaning in your branches? So, right, we all have to create our own unique Judaism. You want to be in love with your Judaism? Take each mitzvah that you do and see how to make it your own unique mitzvah. That when someone say, "Oh, how do you do this mitzvah?" Say, "That's how I do it. This is what I have in mind. And that becomes like a new food, because only you have designed it that way because of who you are. This is your world. The greatest sadness of the Judaism today that most people do the mitzvot the same. We're not meant to do the mitzvot the same. We all do the same mitzvot, but not in the same way. Right? We have to create your original self, your original Judaism. I don't want to be the Jew like any others. That's why I'm so French at the same time, and so we call it not really controversial, but I could make myself more controversial if I release the real French in me. And each one has, you have the Syrian in you, the Russian in you, the Temani, whatever. It is a reason why it's there. You know that we Jews, we represent the microcosm of the 70 nation. Because it's almost how to say, imagine. So, you, Temani, you're going to be in charge of the Yemenite people. Everything that's going to happen to you is going to happen to the Yemenite people. Everything that happened to you is going to happen to the Russian people. Everything that happens to me happens to the French people. Meaning, if I start to be creative or positive or negative or things, it's going to reflect in that nation. So God, in a way, takes the Jewish people and say, you are going to reflect Syrian people. Didn't forget.
What?
American.
It does happen.
So, what?
It does happen. It's stereotype.
Right, they stereotype, but who more than the Jews become the most authentic non-Jew than all the other nations? We, the French Jew is more French than the French. The Syrian Jew is more Syrian than the Syrians. The Russian more than Russian, right? It's.
What do you mean, like?
Meaning we
the
become
percentage
so
that
when we
contribute to the culture,
we
or-
become so engrossed into their culture that I'm a proud American. I will raise my flag on Independence Day, and I will celebrate the 4th of July, and I will eat bagels with my tuna fish, and I will make my Judaism so American that I'm more American than the Americans.
Yes, I will embrace my Syrian culture as much as people make fun of me.
Hallelujah. No, the idea is that we as Jews, we are the microcosm of the world and we present the entire world. And we don't understand that when we look at the culture, we look at the world, it's really a reflection of who we are. And that when the nation of the world look at us, they should see that we are a reflection of who they are. Like a cell in the body has all the information. So, in a way, Judaism is telling you about the state of the world. And today the world hates. For a long time they hate each other because we hate ourselves. Each other. We hate each other. There's not enough love. I mean, in this room, it's a lot of love. It's working, but it's not working everywhere. Anyway, so real chesed, light, is a chesed that removes darkness. Okay? What's real chesed? Real chesed is not just giving. It's a chesed that removes darkness, which means that when I have a relationship with someone, I know I can give to you, but it doesn't help you because I'm just giving because I want to give. If I'm giving because I can feel or fulfill something that
Everything you do, you do for yourself.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to give.
No, but if giving makes you feel good, you're like, oh, let me give. But you're giving,
Yeah, but I can give to myself. I don't need someone else to give.
no, giving to others is a different feeling.
What do you mean? You get recognition, you get honor.
It's very hard to be very genuine with
That's
anything
true.
you do.
That's true because we're looking. True chesed technically is when you're right, when you give to someone else. Right. Yes. No, definitely it's
But
you're
then
right.
you also do it because it makes you.
Yes, and but because God made it that way, that God wants you to have the highest possible pleasure, and there's no greater pleasure than love. Did you ever ask yourself why the greatest physical pleasure is an orgasm? Did you ever ask yourself that? Wow. Okay.
She doesn't know what it is.
You know what? You know. I'm not gonna go there. But did you ever ask yourself why this is the greatest possible physical pleasure?
I know why.
Okay, why?
It fills your body with so much dopamine.
It doesn't explain why. That's the reaction. Why God made it that this is the ultimate reaction.
What? Why God made it this is the ultimate?
Why that way? Couldn't you maybe you itch your ear and get an orgasm?
Some people can.
Otherwise, you would never.
Okay, I think that would be the low level. It's not the highest level.
Because it's the ultimate giving, so it should be the ultimate good.
Yeah, that's a very good answer.
Otherwise, you'd never have babies. You wouldn't go through the hard work of having a baby and
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. That is definitely part of the answer, but you can just have pleasure without going to. But it's to show you, it's to push you to to see that there's a climax, and that the climax come in the fusion of two opposite entities. Obviously, if in the normal world, that is healed, but technically, two opposite entities, and the relationship of back and forth until there's that fusion that becomes one climax, and you feel at that moment completely one. There's also different level of of that. But so when you get married, I can be your Khatan teacher. You can come to me. But all this is created by God for the purpose of achieving that climax. That's why it says that this is right now we are in a relation with God. Right? What's happening, guys? Look at that. Darkness, light. Darkness, light. Tzimtzum.
Non-alcoholic Shirley Temples.
Oh,
People that are driving.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic.
It's not all looks not interesting.
Sorry, Rabbi.
Right. Distancing oneself from God, getting closer to God. Right. It's called in Kabbalah Rod Sabashu.
Everyone pay attention.
Guys, this is deep stuff. This is deep stuff. So where we go? So Rod Sabashu meaning the angels come close to God and they burn the wings and they go far away again and they come back. Meaning there's that movement of back and forth.
Rabbi, you're driving?
Yes.
Yeah. Non-alcoholic?
Let's take his magic carpet. Let's take his magic carpet back.
You like the
Okay.
There's a doy. Oh no, it's not. My apartment.
Now,
It's great for your lily.
if you're talking at the same time, it's very hard for me to concentrate, especially if it's a deep topic like that. So the greatest chesed is to be able to help someone produce their own light, their own chesed, and remove their own darkness. Right? So that's almost obvious, but we, just like God, we have our own darkness inside of us, right? And we have to fill it with light. The darkness that we have is that lack of love for ourselves, that feeling of like I'm not self-worth. Why you're not at the climax of your happiness right now? Or maybe yeah. Why you're not? This year. Right? We are full of darkness here, and why is it that we don't feel at the highest light happiness right now? Why are you not at the highest level of happiness right now?
Mashiach is
The voice that you have.
No?
Michelle's not always the answer.
Moshiach is in there.
Yes, it is.
Moshiach is part. You understand? Moshiach is already here.
They don't have the basic.
According to Hasidus, yeah.
Moshiach is already here. Moshiach is alive, and
Yeah, but we're not.
Because we didn't become universally known. We're not worthy as a group, but as an individual, you can experience the life of Moshiach already now.
There's so many hardships that we're here.
But who say hardship? If you're pregnant, it's bad or it's good.
But let's say losing someone. Someone passed away.
But nobody really dies. There's no such a thing as death for a
I
human
know there's a
being.
lot of
Yeah, but if you knew that was for the best, then that's
If you knew that there was a recycling to go to the next
but
level,
I still miss those people. I still
it means you're gonna see them soon again.
Well, Mashiach comes, and that's when I'll be.
No, but what if you could see them while you're still alive? Like, in a dream, you can
I've
communicate
actually
with
had
them.
that, and with the
So you
person
see, you're answering your own.
Yeah, but still, no, it's not enough. It's not like I can see
Oh,
them
it's not
every
enough.
time. No, I want Mashiach to come.
Why? What do you need? You have him already. What do you need? He's your Moshiach. Your husband is your Moshiach. Your wife is your Moshiach. Yeah. What do you mean?
husband is my help.
What? What? What else do you need? What else do you need that someone who truly loves you?
Myself.
But you love yourself.
Wait.
So then you have that already.
But yes.
What? So you want to be more than yourself?
Well, I mean, you don't need God, you're saying.
No, I don't know.
But God is your husband.
That's gonna put him in a very bad side. I don't want
What do you mean? That's what
It's
God
my
wanted.
It's my father.
No, he's your husband.
So we were taught that he's your father.
Yeah, that's a lower level. You're always gonna stay home with your father, or you're gonna get married one day. You want to make sure to a higher level of relationship. You want to go to a higher level of relationship, or you always want to stay that little girl. You want to become a real woman, a queen, or you want to stay a little girl? No, there's no king without queen or queen without king, unless you have that Hollywood movie. But yeah, and how evil she was because she didn't have a good king. She was evil. Queen Elizabeth? No, she just killed like tons of Jews. That's all. Queen Elizabeth? Oh, no, this one you mean? I told you read the older one. Queen Elizabeth? No, I don't know. Maybe she was good. I don't know. But she seemed very lonely. Lonely.
Her husband died. I mean, it's better to be lonely
But she had a
and
husband.
alone than to be with someone that's lonely.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But we're speaking about the climax here. The ideal, the highest. We're speaking about the highest, the
I
climax.
still think what I feel like I feel like a little more. Mashiach is the ultimate redemption, and that's what we're all.
That's true, because we want eventually every part of ourselves, all of the universe to be one. Yes,
So
but
that's why I feel like I'm not at my happiest right now. I feel like.
okay, but you can be 99%. Or
Then you will never. I mean,
But even.
that's why you break the glass on your wedding day, because you have to let a little room, because there's parts of the world that are not completely there yet.
But wait, okay, sorry.
Like the 13 stories.
Oh, what about like people being sick and stuff? Like I know it's all for my shit, but that's so heartbreaking, and that could very often be a reason why people are unhappy. You know, people around them suffering, even them themselves.
Right, but is suffering and darkness good or not?
I feel like it all is good to lead to our growth, but it's so hard to.
It is hard. I nobody said it's not hard, but it becomes easier when you're able to see darkness as light, and the need to get the light. Yes.
so it's basically a lack of emunah.
Can I sidetrack for 1 minute? Because this question's been on my mind.
Sure.
How do we know that Shlomo HaMelech wrote Kohelet is son of David, but how do we know that?
Well, how do we know about anything? Who would know that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote the Torah?
How do you know that they?
We have a tradition.
How do you know that? No.
I just sit around this side.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is a music
It was named after.
No, but I'm saying, like, where is it, like, who says it, like, that is Shlomo?
It's in the Talmud.
Oh, it's just passed down?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wasn't sure of that.
Yeah, no, and
I heard over...
and the Anshe Knesset Agdola.
You don't actually have proof of Shlomo HaMelech, but he might have been a pharaoh.
Oh, yeah, I heard all different conspiracies events, that type of stuff. But yeah, yes. But he said, that he was the king of the demons, took him out of his throne and all that.
Sorry for sidetracking.
No, that's fine. It's all connected, I think. Okay, guys.
Check it back.
I know it's when we speak about that type of Khatan. I know it's a topic that usually when something is very powerful, there's a lot of distraction because sparks flies in the because the Yetzirah is very strong. So we see there's a lot of the greatest. Listen to that. The greatest light is hidden in the physical.
Right.
Is hidden in the physical.
Light or light?
Right? And it's very strange because we think, no, the greatest light is hidden outside of me, outside of the physical, in the spiritual. But the secret the Zohar says that at the end of time, in time of Olam Haba, the body will become higher and more full of light and spiritual than the soul.
What?
So I thought we shatter ourselves, we shatter our bodies.
There's an evolution, there's a transformation. What is my body made of?
Carbon, water, Carbon,
Minerals.
Organic chemist.
oxygen.
What is everything actually made of in this world? Atoms, right?
Yeah.
E equal mc squared. What's E? Energy. So really, none of us is made really of
Equals mass.
physical mass. If we go back, if we put everything go to the speed of light, everything becomes energy. We're just this is a slow motion of our energy.
What, this world?
This world. We're right now in slow motion. If you were energy, you can go at the speed of light. You turn on the light here, it turns on, or on my phone. In Tokyo, I can turn on my light straight from my thing. It takes a second. Push, turns the light on, right?
There's a scientist who won a Nobel Prize about that too. You split an atom here and then
Right.
halfway around the world.
Spooky action at a distance, Einstein called it.
It's like magnetism on steroids.
Right.
I
So,
thought when someone passes away, the neshama is what lives forever.
That's what I know.
yeah, the neshama lives forever. I never
You said
said.
the physical.
Rather than
No, I said that
we
the
shed
level-
our soul, our body.
Because
The amount of potential you can get from
I
it.
thought the rats ate the body, or the.
I feel like
no,
you guys-
we're gonna have a new body. We're gonna have a new body after in heaven that is spiritual. Our body was never to be physical like we see it. Again, this is a combination of spiritual energy equation made to be like that, but that's only after the Chet. Before the Chet, we were all completely spiritual, even our body. The Arizal says our body was made out of light.
So in
So if
I don't know
my
how
hand-
bad, then our bodies are basically
It's the
mirror
light.
of our neshama.
Yes, yes, because it's going to be a reflection of the way you used your hidden energy, your neshama inside, right? And how much you use it to elevate yourself on a high level than even before. The whole point of Olam Haba is to go higher than Gan Eden. Guys, please don't speak in sentence. It's really hard. If you were a teacher, you know it's from. I mean, I know some people that can do that. For me, I can't. It affects my.
Like, our souls are from other people, like from generations before.
Yes, we're all reincarnated,
So
and
like,
we all made.
who's gonna live?
I always
Oh,
who gets the
like,
body.
okay.
When Mashiach comes, I always wonder who gets the body. Yeah.
It's not the body.
I want my friend's body.
No, if I came as someone else, if I'm somebody's mother in my past life, and now I'm somebody's daughter.
If I'm
So this
like-
person is not having a mother when Mashiach comes, because who am I being?
No.
You are you.
Right.
And the past is the past.
Maybe they'll just
You're
create.
just-
They're gonna
Right.
divide it.
I have a very serious question.
Wait. One at a time. We have a lot of very serious questions.
Said you like questions. No, when Mashiach
What?
comes. Said you like questions.
I love questions, but not. I want to answer them too, so that it doesn't stay in the air. Otherwise, I'll be frustrated too, and we won't stop asking questions. So if you use your free choice,
Right, but that's true.
if you use your free choice, and you become original, authentic, not a copy Jew, you know what? That's why Pharaoh tried to keep in control. What's the highest god of the Egyptian?
Pharaoh.
Yes, Pharaoh.
Sheep.
The sheep.
Really?
Yeah. Why do you think on Pesach we kill a lamb?
Because we're so offensive.
Because
That's how we did.
because we said to Pharaoh, no, we're not gonna be your sheep. We're not gonna be Democrats or communists.
Why
No,
would a sheep be like worshipped if it's like nothing?
because to turn you into what a sheep is nothing, to control of the masses. That's what Pharaoh was saying, using that. That's why he wanted. That's why he was pushing it till the month of the sheep, which is Nisan, because he thought that he would be able to control
So
all of
his
us as sheep.
entire
And that's why it's on
nation
that month that we
also-
kill that sheep.
Like all the Egyptians were also like in this.
Yeah, he made himself God over all of them, and everybody was slave to Pharaoh.
Even non-Jews, like.
Yeah, even the Egyptians. He was the king of the world at the time, almost. Although after Nimrod.
Bereshis explains, he explains that the whole Egyptian society was based on this hierarchy where each level subject is dominant over the next one.
Right.
And Paro is called Paro because the Lashon Para means to belong, means He's not controlled by anyone. He's the guy. He's the only free man on.
That's
what
cool.
the power means.
That's cool. But yeah, so that's beautiful. And do you know to the pyramid system today? Right? It's really what he does. It's the guy on top get all the money, and he's like, and he lets the other people do everything, and he's gone. Right? The America is the new Egypt.
Something else is back.
Right.
Keep switching.
So the body, as opposed to what people think. Now listen to that, because people get offended sometimes when I understand. The body really, the body is really the female energy. Your body is the space that receives your soul, which is the male energy. You're male and female. But the body, the female, which might have looked for 3,000 years because of the way people have treated, or 5,000 years since Adam Arishon, because that's where it always started, have treated women as second-class citizens. It's just a body, it's just to have kids, it's just for men's pleasure, whatever they say. When really, it's all there to transform the light into a higher level of light, so that a man becomes only a real man when he knows how to treat a woman. So there's no when the men of the world are really going to realize that, they're going to realize what the true power of the woman is, which is what Moshe is going to teach. The greatest couple in the world will be Moshe and his wife, and he's going to teach how everything that all his greatness, his power, is thanks to his wife. That's why a man is supposed to thank his wife whenever he gets his paycheck. Say, "Thank you, darling, for bringing the bracha that I received that paycheck. Can I have some of it?" Very hard in she's Mekor HaBracha. She's the one that Shabbat is number 7. 7 is Malchut. Malchut is the woman. Shabbat Mekor HaBracha. Right? The woman is the Shabbat of the man.
Could I ask my question that's always bothered me?
Yes.
When Mashiach comes, if someone goes
He's here already. It's just not revealed.
Right. It's just now what? Revealed.
Not revealed, but
so,
he's here.
So, Hashem, when it's revealed.
Yes.
Someone, Chas v'Shalom, loses a spouse, and they get remarried.
Yeah.
Who is the neshama? No, I always wanted this my whole life. Who is the neshama going to be with?
If it's your real soulmate, there's only one real soulmate.
I thought there's like 3 or
There's
7.
so many
There's one real soul, meaning the deepest soulmate, because there's nefesh, ruach, neshama, and the reason we get reincarnated is because we're not able to fix our neshama all at once. That's why they used to live for 1,000 years or 900 years, 600, because they had one long mission and they would do all at once. Because that was so hard to do all in one's lifetime, so they had Hashem reduce the lives to 120 years about. And now we come back and we fix our nefesh, and then our nefesh ruach, and then our nefesh ruach neshama. It needs to be put one after the other. So we usually, all of us has come at least 3 times to fix. It can be 100 times, but at least 3 times. And each time we fix that. And if you are an authentic person, that neshama will come back as an authentic nefesh, and then an authentic ruach, an authentic neshama. Each life that you lived as an authentic person, not as a meh, right? Like as a sheep, you will, that part of you will exist in a reality by
So that
itself.
brings me to the next question. What if someone is...
That's wonderful.
What if someone, never mind, I don't know how to word it. Okay, so...
We'll help you.
Just let your heart speak, your soul.
Everyone reads minds here. I'm like fill up out.
So there's gonna be like so many.
Reads minds
So
here.
the second wives or the third wives or husbands, they're just gonna be by themselves, or am I gonna have to like?
What do you mean?
They're
also
also
reincarnated.
Right, but if we're
I
So
suspect.
exactly. What
If
about
we're
what about
3
people
people-
who reincarnate? Then what if they have 100 spouses? Then they just marry the one
I'm sure
that's
guys.
This is in the Bible. Okay.
We're not like Shlomo Melech, 1,000 wives, you know.
No, but I'm
No,
just
she's
saying.
saying every life that you come back to, you have another
But your spouse is yourself.
Because you're male and female.
Soulmate. Your spouse is yourself. It's not someone else.
Okay, but when Mashiach comes, someone's with their wait, what?
You-
Okay, no.
No, but our neshama is connected to the
We were
soul.
split.
Right.
Broken into 2.
Right.
So then,
And then
so then if I
Because
work,
always to
if I work on my neshama, then I'll have to like
We're never gonna know.
share it.
Okay,
Like it's gonna be parts of other people,
Yes,
not
it's-
people, but like other parts of like.
They fuse together.
I kind of want to be a body.
Wait, you are. You're,
Wait, so
But
Rabbi,
like I'm not physically gonna be there.
no, what do you mean?
emotion.
No, we're gonna be more. It's gonna feel more real than that. Because
Wait, but Rabbi,
your body is gonna start transforming. The Ramchal says there'll be stages. It's gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10,000. It's 10,000 years. Right now we're 5,783. By year 6,000, so in 217 years, our body will have start transforming into the world. We are already in a much more spiritual world, and then we have 1,000 years where we're going to experience the spiritual world and our soul on a much higher level. Then 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, that's going to be 3,000 years of Olam Haba, where the Ramchal says our body is going to become more and more spiritual. It's like every year you're going to see your body become more and more invisible, more spiritual, like a god. Based on how much you work on
How
yourself.
do you know what level you're on? Like the
And then
neshama
after
ruach,
3,000
or whatever.
years,
What was the
we're
third one you said?
Nefesh Ruach Neshama.
Start existing.
The Chaya Yechida, this is just a gift. You don't work for it. It's a gift.
How do you know what stage you're at, like in reincarnation?
If you're someone, well, based on your character, based on.
If you're genuinely a good person, you're probably like
Well, no, you can be a nefesh, a good person. It depends on the level of involvement that you are. If you're a very basic person who doesn't go ever deep, really, and you're just basic, that'll be nefesh. But you're a good person. You're just like a nice, functioning person of society, and you do your mitzvot, and then someone who is a little bit deeper, he will have access to his ruach. And then someone who goes already, go deep, meditation, learn the Kabbalah and all that, then someone that reflects a level of neshama. Almost everybody here, I think, is
I was
neshama.
literally just reading about it right before I got here.
What?
I was literally just reading a book on reincarnation before we got here.
Yes. It's for me, reincarnation is the most fascinating topic because it explains everything. It explains why you're born the way you're born.
Scary.
It's scary, but so reassuring because it means that everything that happens to you, everything that you are, the way you're born, and all the chances you have were all designed specifically for you because of what happened in the past. And they're all clues of what you're supposed to become, and it's all indication of the challenge you're supposed to pass to become the greatest of yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, so you can tell me what I have to do?
I don't know you, but you know you.
Wait, so like the challenges you have is your
Absolutely, it's all part of your mission.
challenges as in
As in your darkness, your difficulties,
as in your hardships or as in your
Yeah.
benefits?
both.
No, it's like, you know that
Both,
thing,
both.
that voice in your head that's like, you should do
Un-
that. And then you're like, no, I shouldn't do it. And then you're like,
Unless, right. Unless you go, unless you live your life of random, meaning you just, no, it's all random and it's not connection to, it's not connected. You know what I'm saying? She's Russian blood.
it can't be random at all because
I'm
you
just-
work out, you get sick.
Russian.
Rabbi, so there's basically one true zivug, and they come back and
Yes, there's the highest
We're gonna find you
zivu.
and like.
But if someone is not on a level in his lifetime, he's gonna get a zivu based on his level, but not his highest possible zivu.
Well, you said that we're married to ourselves, but I'm talking about like the actual like spouses in.
Yeah, but that's yourself technically, Adam.
Oh, it's the other. It's like
Adam and Eve, right.
one neshama.
Right. I truly believe that in Olam Haba, I mean that's the way I envision it. I don't envision me and my wife. I envision me and my wife as one body, not as two separate, because it was the same.
You're
technically.
like gonna talk to
But
each
like
other
back to
here.
Adam Arishon. Yeah, it's
What do
like
you
those
think about when
voices.
someone's husband passes away? Like I have someone in mind right now, and it's heartbreaking. But then she got remarried, and what if only one of them was her real zivug?
Could
Yeah.
She has two little sons, also could be there's two. She has
Oh my
two.
God.
Well,
Oh,
Is it
that's
a shame? There's like many different.
no, they need to. So right, that's a different thing.
I don't know
They
what that
need to-
means. What's means that's all?
It's sparks of
Of
the
a
neshama
neshama?
of someone. You can have more than one soul in one body, technically.
Okay.
The Matrix.
Not weird.
The step of Torah isn't like practical. You know what I mean? Like, how's this gonna change things? You know what I mean?
You know.
Like, it's hard to like.
I do
grasp,
Shabbat
you know
and
what I
the
mean?
Torah.
What?
Very, like,
Well, I
I'm
thought
keeping
if you
Shabbat,
have
I'm
someone
keeping
that
Shabbat.
they can't get all together. Yeah, you're bipolar.
Those Russian minhagim, very interesting. Yes. Oh, by the way, you just reminded me. The Lubavitcher Rebbe said when his wife, Mushka, what's her name? Chaya Mushka, he said Chaya Mushka is the woman that gave him his Chaya and Yechida, the two highest level of it, and Neshama that the man can get. And he said, yeah, but it's a gift. He got it because he was married to her, and then by perfecting himself, he was able to get it as a gift. But right, and he said, "Is everything that I became, everything that I did, it was thanks to her. All thanks to her, just like Rabbi Akiva."
But you hardly heard
Said
about
Allah
people
they're
in
going
the
to become
Torah.
one
They
body
don't
in
mention
their
it.
life. So it's like Adam and Chava, they're going to be reattached.
Right. So
There
I
are
don't
people that
I don't
do
know
it, but,
how
like,
it's going to be.
it's
Obviously, we don't know exactly.
No.
But the way I understand it is that Adam Arishon is supposed to become one again,
Oh yeah, he was actually
which will mean that all
They were back
all
to
the
back.
souls will be back together. Adam and Eve is all the men and women of the world.
But they didn't see each other.
They started the
They were,
chain,
they were
right?
back to back. They didn't see each other.
Right, at the beginning, but they were made back to back because
So they could be separated.
yeah, exactly. So that
So
they
you're saying that
could
we're going to be again back to back?
no.
Okay.
No, that's it. Now it's face to face. Panim at panim, just like in.
or like
Oh, we're
inside
gonna-
each other's
So
body.
we're going to be. How
No,
can you be face to face?
No, but that's an image. It was not. We were not physical. We're not physical. We are used to our image when we're children, when they teach us in kindergarten. But all those are images to understand. But it was not physical. It was purely. It's like energy being together and with them. Like you said, telepathic communication. Technically, we can all communicate with our. Yeah. Well, telepathic. Yeah.
I was never
Someone-
excited from Shabbat just because I was like, I can't understand what like forever. Like, what do you mean it's gonna go on forever? Like stuff like that was like really scary, and then I feel like.
No. It's super no, because you understand everything on a deeper and deeper level. It's gonna feel like you go back home. You're gonna remember. It's like you're gonna go back through all your
Our
life
minds could wrap our we can't wrap our minds around it.
because your neshama is your mind only works because of the bottom part of the neshama is in it. Your mind is much bigger. Moshe Rabbeinu was able to learn the Torah, right? The whole Torah in a split second. He didn't go for 40 days and 40 nights to learn. He says he was learning and forgetting it because it's instant. The quantity of information is a download. We think that learning Torah is
Why the forgetting part?
because you have to be a vessel worthy of receiving the full impact. It's not about
So
the
he was learning and forgetting it until you could
right until he was able to be the vessel pure enough to contain it and receive and keep it, right? So that's who we are. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. We're not physical beings having spiritual experiences, right? So we are trying to have a soul in that body, and the body being able to catch that soul fully and let all the light come in. So meaning my body, my female, my own personal female energy is supposed to learn to completely receive that light. That's what men need to feel
light
so.
is the masculine.
Yeah, masculine energy, right? Because that's why men need so much to receive praises. They need to feel that they bring light to their wife. Otherwise, they feel like, what's the point? I'm not doing anything, right? So the man needs that to feel her body, so to speak, what we call here the darkness, the concealment, with light. That's why he's happy to be a man. That's what makes him feel like a man. And then same thing, the man needs to feel, make his wife feel like she is the only one that he wants to give everything that he has, and the only place he desires, to give his own light, because right. So that it's a mutual understanding of you're the value and the greatness of the other, which was the problem with Adam and Chava, that they didn't value each other. What happened after they got created? Where were they? They were in the garden and they were not even together. Miss Chava, she's hanging out with Mr. Snake. Mr. Sneaky is like, like it's not nice. They just got married and everything, and now Mr. Sneaky, what?
Does this happen even if you didn't marry your soulmate, or is it only if you're marry the right person?
No, you need to marry eventually.
More than one soulmate if you marry.
I don't think you should.
No,
you don't. You don't marry.
No, you should.
No, it'll connect. Like if
You
soul,
don't
so
marry
it's
your
not like a
soulmate.
physical
He
person.
becomes your soulmate.
Yeah.
If you work
You
with
think he was my soulmate?
No, I suspect that in year 10,000 we will all be back into one huge Adam body, because all the souls of the people on earth that are from human beings, they what?
It could be like
No.
Any provision for anybody.
Like 6,000 is the 6 days of the week, just like we for 6 days. Then there's 1,000 years of Shabbos. What do you do on Shabbos? You celebrate for 1,000 years Shabbat, meaning it's higher spiritual level, and then 8, 9, 10. That's Olam Haba. Olam Haba is 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 millennium. So those are 3. Ramchal says in Das Tumunos is 3 stages. Open the bar. 3,000 years of spiritual evolution, not physical evolution. I mean, it will be also physical at that point because of the spiritual, but it's the spiritual that elevates the physical. But don't worry, it's all going to be good. It's going to be fantastic. It's the most exciting.
Yeah, I just said I'm not gonna try to understand it.
You have to think of it like I was saying. Who is not excited for sex? If you're a normal human being, right?
You should work at a.
Right? Who is excited for food? Which is same thing, but no, in Kabbalah it's the same thing. It's, eating is like having sex in Kabbalah, because you're taking something from the outside and put it part of you. Maybe it becomes part of you, and it's pleasurable. So who is not excited for that? Why is this the thing that excites you? Because those are the things that enables you to become one with something else.
But that's the closest to your soul.
Right, absolutely.
So if you keep going,
Yeah.
part of the soul is seed, part of the soul is.
That's why those are the two things. That's why we eat all the time as Jews, because it's a constant thing, right? The Beis Hamikdash is one big kitchen with Joe making cocktails there.
It's just water.
Yeah. That's why.
Cucumber, lemon,
Food
water.
elevates the Torah.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, but also it says don't be gluttonous, so that you can have a.
Right.
soul of
It doesn't say quantity.
Right.
In French, you have 3 things in the plate and it tastes better, than a huge plate of burger. Yeah. And it tastes better. It's like it's never quantity. That's
Rabbi, this is like Olam Haba in like a cup.
I hope I can handle it. Okay, I made a bracha.
It's just water.
How would you say it?
You
With
think
fresh
if
accent?
it was in
Water.
French, it would not be French.
Nothing like water, cold water, and delicious
Might be like shabu.
cucumber. Okay, let's try to finish those quotes. The material, female world, which appears to be lower, has in it the greater light than the spiritual light itself. Okay, we spoke about that. Okay. My wife, my body, my darkness. Listen to that. My wife, my body, my darkness is my path to build my Olam Haba.
You're putting your darkness and your wife in the same
Yes,
category?
because she's the one who pushes me in the most challenging way. Darkness is not evil. That's the problem.
Right, if you look at it.
The Yetzer Hara is your best friend. The Zohar says you have to honor your Yetzer Hara because without Yetzer Hara you cannot grow. If you don't have a coach pushing you, right? You hate your coach, but he's your best friend because it's pushing you
But
to.
your coach is telling you to do good, and the SRR is telling you to do
He
good.
sees you do good, but he's steering your muscles. Or is that? Yeah, because the Yetzer Hara is telling you to do good, to do bad for you to do good, meaning to transcend the bad.
Backward, but I can
It's
see
backward. It's backward. Yeah, because otherwise, he has to act that way. He's an angel like all the other angels, sent by God. And that's his mission. So it's
Right, I mean,
right?
just like we have to respect the Gentiles, even though they're
they're
from God, everything.
Yes, and we have to love them and Gentile, and they will become. By the way, I don't want to scare you, but we are the Jewish people. We are the male energy of the nations. The nations are the female energy.
We need to give to them.
We are supposed to give to them the light, which is what? The light of the Torah, meaning what they need to be. That's why they have 7 Noahide laws, because the 7 lower spheres, which is the 7, is correspond to the body that we saw on Sukkot, right? That's why we have the 10 commandments, which include the 3 top spheres, which is the light of the Torah, the light of the brain, that needs to infuse into the world, into the 70 nations, 7 again, right, into the world. So we are the husband to the nation. But we're not supposed to intermarry, because then you become gay. You become a female too. You're supposed to stay male, and the nation is supposed to stay female. Don't marry them. You're supposed, right? You have to stay. I'm not trying to be my wife. I have to stay myself and give to my. Right. You have to become androgynous, so to speak. But each one.
What was that? What?
Androgynous.
What does that mean?
Which means two sex. No, it's not French. It's Latin, really. Greek. Yeah, there are people born like that today. Still.
It's like dubious gender. It's like
Found in the animal kingdom where they could just change that.
Yeah, like escargot.
Right to their-
The way it went
Is
in
most
French.
of
No.
Kabbalah like this, the female-male dichotomy?
What?
Is most of Kabbalah the feminine-masculine dichotomy?
It's almost just that.
The whole world is
In
like
different ways. Because it's light and vessel, right? Light and darkness. It's all about a system of.
Is it appropriate to understand that the male energy is the energy that it's a giving energy, and the female energy is a receptive?
Absolutely. Yes.
That's
It's,
how it is. People get confused with light darkness, and they get
right. No, they get confused. Yes, that's why it is. The male energy is more the power of giving, and the woman's the power of receiving. But what is man calling about the sphere for men and sphere for women? You know which one it is? Which is 5 and 5, but it's 5 and 5. But
so
really,
the top 2 are chesed for the male one, and it's gvura for the female.
and what? Gvura, right? What does gvura mean?
It means boundaries, discipline.
Yeah, but literally,
Strength.
strength. The woman is the strength, which is the opposite of what people look at women, right? Because she's the spiritual emotional. She's the one that can take. They are looking for me. So speak like Kabbalistic stuff. They always do. Is the clipot looking for me? Anyway, right. Okay, so we are the where we're up to? We are the Gvura. The woman is the Gvura. She's the one that is powerful enough to hold to
Keep the rules.
keep the chesed of a man, to direct the man, because the man without a woman, he's everywhere. It's like he
It's
can
all
be
about unfocused energy.
unfocused energy, and he just killed himself. It's like quantum potential, right? Quantum world without anything going anywhere, right? It loses itself and nothing happens, just in a state of potential. Potential and reality. The woman allows things to become real. The man gives in a second, a split second, the lightning, one seed or million seeds, millions of potential. The woman says, just one. Gonna make a baby, right? That she takes the infinite potential and make it into a reality. That's who we are towards God. God is our husband. He's infinite potential, and we take of that potential, where that one soul, and I'm gonna make something real, tangible in this world. I'm gonna make a mitzvah. I'm gonna
Real
make
tangible but limited, right?
what?
Real tangible but limited, like in a small.
You need that koach of limitation, that power of limitation, because that's the greatness of the female. It's you create something real through limits. Anything that becomes
Something that
Why is
discriminates
limitation
and just
defined
points
as
at one thing.
What?
Something that discriminates around everything and just points at one.
Right. Details. It's detail-oriented, focused. You know, that's why women pay very much attention to the details and all the little things. You know, the makeup and things. You know, that's why a man needs to make sure that he sees all the details. That if she put makeup or new shoes or anything, he has to pay attention to the detail, because the woman is all about the little details, the boundaries, That's why they're much more into their physical self, because everything in this world everything can be used to be, to form the light and shape the light in a certain way. So the more the man pays attention to all the details and the beauty or what she does and herself, the more she's gonna feel one with him, because she's valued for her beauty and her gvura.
I just read that on Shabbat, Jordan Peterson.
Jordan
He
Peterson.
has a
Yeah, he's
Order
great.
in Chaos. It's Jordan Peterson. So I'm reading that chapter right now.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, no, he has a lot. It's like those, like the Rambam that says that Aristotle almost reached philosophy, almost reached prophecy. Aristotle, because he was so high. Second book.
That chapter I'm reading is the Order Within Chaos.
What
chapter is that?
Rambam says Aristotle almost reached prophecy.
Right. Because he was so close. That's why he was so criticized. But by the way, there's a letter in the Me'am Loez. In the Me'am Loez, there's a letter from the Rambam that says that's from Aristotle. That he did Teshuvah. A letter that Aristotle said.
And it's really simple.
Guys, everybody's talking at the same time. There's too much male energy here. We need more focused female energy, one at a time.
More masculine woman.
Yes, that's fine. Some men are more feminine. You just have to know your main energy.
I was told that I'm very masculine.
Right. But
these two guys.
Masculine and feminine energy are being redefined here.
And that's important, because you will need to balance. You have to see which part of your husband is feminine. You most probably a male energy woman will find a female energy man. Now, but no. It doesn't mean that. No. It doesn't mean that he has to be. But it doesn't mean that. But it means that he needs to be even more male than your male energy. He has to be very male, even more than you. But he needs to have that quality of that sensitivity that.
That's what my father told me.
Right. No, yeah. It does. But it needs double male energy if you're male. Yeah. To that mean, because today we're.
Where does it say? Where does the Rambam?
It's in the Me'am Loez.
The
The Me'am Loez. He says.
He has a commentary yet?
The Me'am Loez
It was written
brings.
after the Rambam.
Yeah.
Where does the Rambam himself say that?
Oh no,
The Meir, no? With the what?
I don't remember if the Rambam said it. I remember the Me'am Loez brings a letter from Aristotle, not handwriting, otherwise it would be too controversial. But he writes down what Aristotle said and how he realized that it was all garbage what he wrote, and that really Judaism is the real thing. And I forgot if he converted or. But he says the way of the Jews is the real way.
There is a kiddah that the Ashkenazim say for during Tisha B'Av. It talks about interchange. Maybe it might have been Plato, or it's one of the Greek philosophers complimented talking to Yirmiyahu when he's on his way out. Is that what you're referring to? No.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And then what happened?
I'm not sure exactly what discussion. I don't say it's not my list.
Oh no, I don't. I don't remember. Oh,
Peterson's entire
No.
thing.
No,
It's the feminine energy represents chaos and masculine energy represents order.
But it's a
In
yin
yourself.
yang.
Yeah, it's yin yang.
And within yourself, you
It's like
have both,
Tohu
and
Bohu.
you have to.
What makes a man more masculine and a woman more feminine?
Well, the being more logical and working more with the mind, very intellectual, is a more male energy. Being very emotional is a much more female emotion. What? Compartmentalizing. More structured and much more. That's why men with a lot of female energy can be very structured, you know, in their business. They'll be very successful.
Very disciplined.
Right, very disciplined. So again, those things we don't call it usually male-female, the structure of that, but that's all male-female energy the way it's done. And the more you're aware of that, the more when you deal with people, you look at the world in terms of male-female energy, it's much easier to balance out and to know what to do, or who you're gonna go along with, you know, or who to marry. That's the challenge. That's the ultimate challenge. So, and he created darkness, right? That we have on the second day. Okay, I don't have the words in my mind. And he created darkness. Why? To earn our own light. God created darkness so that we can earn our own light. Meaning God made himself smaller so that we can become light. That means that in any relationship, you have to make yourself a little bit smaller, or erase yourself, conceal yourself more to allow the other one to come in. That's what true love is. True love is I allow your world. It's always one of the first things I tell husband or wife. When you get married, it's as if you're literally entering into a new world and you're learning to embrace and discover this new world, like you go in a new country. And what's the first thing that God said to Abraham? Lech lecha, leave.
Get out of your father's house.
That's the last thing. Don't start with that. Leave your country. Meaning stop thinking the way you thought in your society. Leave what?
Work has been.
Well, that's why
Your city, the place of your birth.
Isn't that why God?
One second. And then leave your father's house. Stop being like your parents. Be yourself. It's very nice. It's nice minhagim. You can take the cooking along or that, but you are not your parents, and you're gonna need to fuse with someone who is a different world. You need to learn a new language, learn a new minhag. As a woman takes on the minhag of the husband, it's a complete transformation and symbiosis, right? So it's pushing you to discover a new world. You know, that
one of the greatest things I've ever done was move out of my parents' house.
Yeah. Good for you. No, I agree. Me too. Me too. So what's something?
You learn,
it changed me. Yeah,
so much
about yourself.
About everything.
About everything. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Okay, darkness. Let's try to finish quickly. Darkness is the gift created to bring more light than ever before. Okay, so we can look at darkness as a gift, even though it doesn't always feel like it. So this we say similar. Difficulties are opportunities for real growth. Difficulties are opportunities for real growth. Real good. Did I read that already? No, some things that are so similar. It's just Real good is only acquired when things are hard. If I am comfortable, I am not growing. Complacency, you're not growing. If you're comfortable, now you're allowed to be comfortable. But if you're just comfortable and nothing changed, you're not growing. Okay? So in Judaism as well as in
you don't go to heaven, you go to hell, you
go to nowhere. Limbo. Inception. You're lost in the limbo world.
Purgatory lives every day.
Right, yeah.
You're just like in purgatory.
Right. No, but we have to understand that anything you suffer here is instead of Gehinnom. If I would tell you, oh, you hurt your foot, no more Gehinnom. Oh, you lost $10, no more Gehinnom.
They say
Oh,
even taking a dime out of your
right,
pocket instead of a nickel.
right. So if we used to think like that, and you look at darkness as a way to deal with that, and we will react different ways.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is.
Does it mean no Gehinnom at all?
Yeah, why not?
No.
But if you want, we can keep some for you.
More than
We can keep some for you. You want some cereal?
Just gripping is
That's
something that is counted.
Yeah, it's taken into account, but it's not.
So maybe you're
So you don't believe that
maybe your account is
anything.
so good at that.
Depends.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No,
Which one of us are
so
right?
they're saying that
Okay, that was, but
even
people-
taking the wrong coin
You
out of
know
your
that?
pocket
No.
discounts that, then any little thing that goes wrong in your day.
No, I'm saying like if you look at the scale, it might tip it a little bit higher or lower, but it's not making you equal.
No, unless you're no, like I said, people who die Kiddush Hashem, they don't have Gehinnom, they go straight to heaven.
That's why
Okay, that's completely different.
No, I'm saying any type of. I can guarantee you that anybody who was in the Holocaust or Crusades, they all went straight to. They didn't have to go to Gehinnom.
As merits being.
That's why
It's what they lived it. Meaning it's a cleansing process that enables you to for your neshama to be completely free.
Okay, but dying.
Bro, you do time.
But like, how many little inconveniences you have in your day?
You have to do teshuva for you have to, things need to be fixed also. Okay, meaning you understand if you come back here, you don't go to Gehinnom. You just come back here, which is more, and it's more painful. That's the Arisa says it's more painful for the soul to come back in this world than to go in Gehinnom, right? So we because it's challenging. Appreciate and even celebrate problems. That will be a whole different world.
It would be. Instead of
Yeah, they're all from me. Just there's a very appreciate and even celebrate problems. Yeah.
But if you celebrate it, then you
Remember,
might be
problems are opportunities for potential resolution.
In Judaism, we have VCH.
Yeah, even pain.
You can see it, then like,
It's hard at the moment, but like sometimes I heard, when it's not too much, I heard myself say, thank you Hashem, oh yes, one, like I needed that somehow, good for me, but you have to transcend the pain. There's some people who have pleasure from pain. I'm not saying you should go there, but I'm saying pleasure from pain, right? Some people, now I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but I'm saying that we understand that pain can work in a positive way too, even on
You're
physical.
happy when you're in pain, then it's not pain.
there's the pressure is not
It
like
takes away the whole point.
it's like a pickle.
Well, no, it means your mind over matter. Your mind is
So
more
it's not
powerful.
painful to you anymore.
No, but your body still
I always
hurts.
have that question. Once you
His body hurts, but-
comprehend your pain, then you eliminate the painful sensation of it. You're like, I understand it. I'm reconciling what it's doing.
See,
for me.
this pain and this suffering. You might be in pain, but you're not suffering.
Right. So
I
then
have a
you
physical
so then
pain,
you're,
but I'm not
so then
suffering.
you're,
But I'm happy.
so
but
then you're
I'm
saying
suffering.
no to the growth. So it doesn't count towards.
Whoa, male energy, slow down. I'm very female tonight. I need one at a
I
time.
never be such a feminist.
I'm French.
So then you're saying no to the growth. You're saying no to the growth if you're experiencing less pain, and you're saying no to the growth.
No, but you can take a lesson without it affecting
you take it, you embrace
You
it.
can
On the
take
contrary,
it and be like, oh,
like when my wife is
that
gonna scream at
eliminates the
me.
pain.
When my wife screams at me, she says, "Such a sweet voice. I love you." Yes, right. So that's taking it in a good way, right? Doesn't sound realistic. It's possible though. Right?
If somebody has pain and they take ibuprofen, is that limiting their kapara?
Effectively, yes. But don't worry about it.
I don't think so.
So that's
Because
my
there's a
question.
mitzvah ishtadlut.
If your imuna is so
Is it-
good that it's an ibuprofen and you don't feel your pain anymore.
Yes,
you can still
absolutely.
realize-
So then you're
Technically, we don't
having
need
the
doctor
growth.
and we don't need medicine. Technically, we don't need doctor and
So
medicine.
then you don't
It's
have
a hater.
growth. You don't
from
No,
your
but
life.
then you
Maybe
have
that is the growth. If you have the emunah.
No, because the reason you're in pain or you have a sickness is to make you awaken you to be aware of something that's happening with you that you need to.
So if you can take the lesson
But
out
if
of it
you're at a
without
complacent
suffering.
level of imuna and you don't experience the pain that you
Right.
don't experience the pain because you comprehend it. You
Right, yeah,
believe
yeah,
everything is
yeah.
from God.
Yeah.
But you still,
So then
you
you're
realize it's an
saying no to
inconvenience
growth.
though.
No, because if you're
If you
you
accept
need
it
you
for how
need
God-
if you're able, then because you are able to use that, it's not like you completely disregard it. You say, I'm learning something from it, and it enables me to go to the next level.
So you suffer even more.
Meaning you're learning from that.
No, you
It's
can
meaning it's
think,
not
like,
as painful.
It's from God, and like obviously it's meant to be, and you don't have to let it affect you. But then you can still realize that like obviously something's trying to be like somebody's trying to show me something.
Right. And then
Like you don't
bring
have to
another
let
photo.
it affect you in like a very negative way, but you can still realize like I obviously need to change something in my life if this had to happen to me.
Meaning everything that happens in your life, whether light or darkness, is an indication. Why did it happen to bump into that person today? You know, for some people, bumping that person is not comfortable at all. For some people, it's fine, no problem, and for others, it's happy. But there's a reason why you bump into that person today. Why do you bump into that person today?
Right.
So, but right, the Baal Shem Tov say even a leaf that crosses your path and that pass at that moment is
There's a
a
whole
sign,
song about it,
right? Yeah.
But it's a sign for what? Like, what could you take from it?
I don't know. You have to be the Baal Shem Tov to understand.
No, you have
But
to see
but
your own life.
but
No, 'cause
yes, I don't know if it's literal in terms of the leaf itself, but obviously everything is pre-organized by God. But everything is a sign. If you live in a life where everything is a sign, then everything is a sign. But you have obviously it's overwhelming to think it that way. But
No, because I was sitting and a leaf just like fell on my lap, and I was like, what could this mean? Now that you're, yeah. So I'm saying,
that's-
once you're mentioning it, I'm like, what could it mean?
yeah, that's right. But you can sometimes find answers. Maybe God wanted you to delve into that question today because He wants you to pay more attention at the things that come straight into your laps, like that new job, that new, I don't know, whatever.
There's
You know,
a saying.
you have to it's all to open your mind. You have to be aware of
There's
the.
a saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
Wait,
That's
so
very
Rabbi,
good.
you're saying that
I have competition in my quotes.
even the pain and discomfort.
But then it's not yours.
I know. It's
Then
not mine.
you're making it up.
Right.
All these are what you said, or is this stuff?
Oh,
you
no,
took?
all this is what I said.
So I'm saying, like, if you add it to there, then it's you should put a separate.
No, I think-
Highly separate.
Oh yeah.
From Google.
From Google. Google. Yes.
Even all the pain and discomfort that we have now, if we do like I heard people saying before, if we do things to decrease that pain, is that adding more to the future? To how we're suffering in the future?
No, we're supposed to decrease the pain, but in a way that you learn from it.
Okay.
Right. The whole point. Any pain is because there's something that needs. There's no such with God, right? And that's why you can reach a level where you never hate God or are angry at God, because you understand that if everything that your Father does it for a reason. There's no such a thing as pain for nothing. When pain is you think it's for nothing, there's no more suffering than that in the world. I'm suffering for nothing. That's torture. Man cannot. We rather die than torture, right? So to know that everything has a purpose is the greatest joy in the world, because there's no wasted. Everything, every pain, every tear, everything was there to build something positive and good.
So I always had this
Yeah, but
question.
even if we decrease, I'm still confused about even if we decrease the pain.
But God wants you. God created medicine, yeah.
Yeah.
So He wants you to
As a
decrease.
messenger,
It
let's say doctor.
because it's telling you, I bring some darkness for you to be able to fill yourself with light. So I want you to decrease it, but you have to learn how to do it on your own. You have to learn what's the message. You have to learn what's the crack. Why was there a need for that pain in the first place, right? So it's a wake-up sign.
So I always had this question about like if they always say like pain is to bring you like to a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
So why doesn't God just put you at the higher level?
Because then it won't be the highest level. The highest level is when it's acquired on your own, not if it's given as a gift.
It's like a hike. Like, why don't we just get helicopters?
Yeah. It's
You
ingrained
want to
in our
I know,
DNA.
but so-
It's ingrained in our DNA that someone who is going to work and get something from his own personal main handmade work the level of joy will be much more intense
But you
than
just
someone.
make me
All those
joyous
winning the lottery stories.
and giving
No,
me
yeah, but then
something.
you will not feel it's you. Anything that will
That's
be
like
given
an
as a
angel,
gift.
basically.
Anybody is given as a gift is nama de kisufa, is the bread of shame. It's not you. What makes me authentic? If I'm everything that I'm given, I lose any free choice, no identity, no ego, no, I have nothing. Then I'm back to God, but there's no greatness in that because, okay, so I was God before, I was God after. There's no me. So for my consciousness to feel, God gave us ego, and He allowed us to have our ego become something creative, so that there can be a bit of me in that. It's like before it was just God. Now is a piece of God with a little me. A separate identity that God allows you to use to become God, back with God again, but with an added, salt.
Added salt.
and added, French crème brûlée, something good. Only moments of real darkness can give me the ability to earn the highest light. The reason why this world is gonna go to the darkest moment in history is because we're about to experience the greatest light in history, which is God Himself. That's why it's like, okay, last page, we'll go very quickly. A true good action is when I have to transcend myself to do it. Okay? A true good action is when I have to transcend myself to do it. Because that's because that's chesed. When you transcend your boundaries, chesed it doesn't mean just giving. It means if I go to someone, I'm a millionaire, and I go, this was a poor person, and I give $5, I didn't do chesed. Because it doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't change me. It doesn't push me to transcend my boundary. So if I'm a millionaire, for me to give $100 to just a random stranger like that, okay, there's going to be a bit of, if he transcends it, then he's stretching his chesed. That's a true good action.
Because it's breaking the rules.
Right, it's breaking the rules. It stretches your muscle of comfort, of complacency, and being comfortable. That's what true chesed is, and that's the highest level of good for yourself, of life. Love the work. That's not from me, that's Pirkei Avot. Appreciate the state of effort. That's a very powerful. Appreciate the state of effort. When you're in a state of effort. Effort. I appreciate the state of effort. Yeah. I'm American. I was born in San Francisco, man. And my accent is from California, and we're going to San Francisco, so I can't get effort. Okay. Thank Hashem for the struggle. Okay, it sounds like a food struggle. Thank Hashem for the struggle. To be really called good and righteous, you need to break your own comfortable life. Okay, same thing. Going against your nature is your purpose. And finally, that's the Vinagaon, by the way. You say you were created to transcend, to go against your nature and transcend one midah. Going against your nature is your purpose. And then finally, everything that bothers you is an opportunity for breaking your physical laziness and tap into real spirituality. Everything that bothers you is an opportunity for breaking your physical laziness and tap into real spirituality. Because when you stretch your physicality, you're going beyond the boundaries of the physical. So that's why it says, if you go against your nature, God is going to go against His nature for you, meaning He's going to interact with you. You transcend yourself, you go beyond your boundaries, God goes beyond His boundaries. So that's why the Bris Milah, Abraham did the Bris Milah. He went beyond the cycle of 7, 8. Bris Milah is the 8th day. Then God said, I'm going to transcend, and you're going to go outside of the stars. You transcend the boundary, I put you out of that boundary of the stars of the zodiac. So that's the thing. So that was a glimpse into Parshas Bereshis, just on the first and second day. That's like, right? What was the first day? And God split. God said there shall be the first day. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. The earth was without form and empty, with darkness on the face of the depths. But God's Spirit moved on the water's surface. God said, "Let there shall be light," and light came into existence. God saw that the light was good, and God divided between the light and darkness. This is basic. Everything we talk today is in here, in the first day. God named the light day. Understand that day is not light. He called light day, and the darkness is named night. We call because night is to remind us of what darkness truly is. It's a night, but you need night to go to the next day. right? You, right, and the darkness before dawn, right? Dawn. Yeah, dawn before dawn. Yeah. So anyway, but the idea is, it's you see the world, how the world works. Every you want to understand the world on the highest level, learn about light.
Light?
Yeah, the physical aspect of light. How does it work? Energy.
Learn about
Light.
That's the problem. No one really elaborates.
To learn really about how Hashem's presence works, how life works, how your soul works. You learn about light. Light is the closest symbol or metaphor of God's presence in this world. The more you understand light, the more you understand about God. That's why when you take a light through a prism, what happens? Rainbow. Right? It's what God created the world. The rainbow is a symbol of the Noahide laws, right? Which is seven colors of the rainbow, right? So God brings His light and He makes 70 nations for the 7 colors of the rainbow, and so it's all there. It's all in the light. So may you have a Shabbat and a week full of light, and may you be filled with with your male and female energy awareness, and to be able to see the dynamic of light and darkness and male and female in the world. Moshiach next week. We'll see you here.